let's talk about Individuals with Disability Education Act, or IDEA. I know my colleague, Senator Hassan, has spoken extensively about this. This act has been around for decades, 4 decades to be exact. And before it existed, we were not prioritizing these children. We did not give them the services they needed. We had written off a whole population of our students, of our children. When asked by my colleague, Maggie Hassan, about this piece of legislation, the nominee showed a complete lack of knowledge about how it is implemented, and that is simply unacceptable. We cannot go back to a time when we wrote off a whole population of people, and it can not only be the parents of those children, but all of us as the adults of a society and a country that look out for our most vulnerable children. Then let's talk about for-profit colleges, which I know something about since I had to sue one of the biggest for-profit colleges, which was defrauding students as well as taxpayers. I know about the reality of abuses of for-profit colleges, and I applaud my colleague, Elizabeth Warren, who asked whether or how she would protect against waste, fraud, and abuse at for-profit colleges. This she asked of the nominee. And it was troubling to see that the nominee was equivocal at best. Now let's talk about the nominee's record as it relates to the children of her home state, Michigan. Since the growth of charter schools, Michigan has gone from performing higher than average on the National Assessment of Education Progress in the year 2000 to below average by the year 2015. A 2015 federal review found a, quote, unreasonably high number of charters in Michigan, which were among the bottom 5% of schools nationwide. According to a report from Chalkbeat, an education publication, when the Michigan legislature attempted to add oversight for both charter schools and traditional public schools in Detroit, the nominee's family opposed the measures and, quote, poured $1.45 million in the legislators' campaign coffers, an average of $25,000 a day for 7 weeks, unquote. And the oversight measures, we are happy to say, she is happy to say, never made their way into the legislation. We cannot have someone who wants to lead our highest Department of Education, who does not support the importance of oversight, of making sure that the children are getting the benefit of their bargain. According to data released from the Michigan Association of Public School Academies in 2015, only 17% of Detroit charter school students were rated proficient in math, compared to 13% of students in traditional public schools. Even Eli Broad, a great Californian and strong supporter of dramatic education reforms, has expressed strong concerns about the nominee's nomination. That should tell us all something.